Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 of our doubleheader here at Joe Russo Field. Andrew Rydell on the mound for the Diamond Ducks here to lead off the first, and Sam Merson, the center fielder, up to lead it off for the Delray Beach Lightning. He takes a fastball in there for called strike number 1. Merson pinch hit in the first game, went 0 for 1, now up to lead off for the Lightning, and he swings and misses at a changeup there. Quickly 0-2 now the count. Oh, and 2 fastball high, 1-2 now the count. For anyone just joining, my name is Jordan Leonard, bringing you the play-by-play of the second game of the doubleheader here at Joe Russo Field with the Diamond Ducks and the Delray Beach Lightning. Andrew Rydell's curveball misses for ball number 2. Rydell, 2 games pitched so far, 1 start, 4 innings pitched, 2 walks, 3 Ks, already 2-0 in those 2 games, starting game number 2 here for the Ducks. Fastball grounded into the hole. Urban throws on to first, but an infield single to lead it off here for the Delray Beach Lightning. A fastball on the outer half of the plate. Merson reached for it, grounded it in the hole to the shortstop. Urban fielded it on the backhand, but didn't have enough time to get him at first. And the Delray Beach Lightning have a leadoff single, and Jackson Tucker now coming to the plate. Went 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a double in the first game of the doubleheader earlier, playing center. Today, in the second game, he'll play right. First pitch fastball fouled back for strike number 1. The Ducks beat the Delray Beach Lightning 4-2 in game 1, moving to 8-1 on the season. Delray Beach Lightning moving to 6-5. To set the defense for the Diamond Ducks, catching today's game 2, Brad Hart. At first, Cole Vida. Back out at second, Davis Blair. As Rydell will check in on Merson. At first, he is safe. Joey Urban back out at shortstop. Christian Adams remains at third. Levi Padilla in left. Jack Q getting the game 2 start in center. And Joey Cicini getting the game 2 start in right as well. Runners on the move. 0-1 off-speed pitch. High, but Brad Hart throws a gun to the second baseman Blair, and the Ducks have a caught stealing for the first out here in game 2. 2-4 in the scorebooks, everybody. Caught stealing, now 1 out and nobody on, with a 1-1 count to Tucker. Ducks have now won 5 in a row, looking for their 6th straight win here in game 2. Fastball sits high, 2-1 now the count to the right fielder. Rydell into the windup, and the 1-2 curveball misses outside. 3-1 now the count. Rydell's 3-1 fastball launched into left field. Padilla chases it into the corner. That'll be a stand-up double for Jackson Tucker. 2 straight hits for the Lightning to start off the game, with the caught stealing in between. Batting third in game 2, Andrew Cole. In game 1, he went 1 for 3 with a double. Now comes up with a runner in scoring position and 1 out here in the top of the first. Slight breeze here, not much with the sun setting in left center. First pitch, fastball from Rydell, popped up and will get just out of play. Hits off the ceiling of the Lightning dugout for strike number 1. Rydell comes set. We'll look back. Tucker at second base. He's safe. No throw on that one. Rydell's 0-1 off speed, grounded to Urban in the hole, fields it on the backhand. Throw will not have enough juice. Another infield single. Throw 3 straight hits to lead off the top of the first for the Delray Beach Lightning. Now up, batting cleanup in the second game, batted third earlier today, playing first base, Mark Kirkland out of the University of Redlands. Hitter of the week in week 1 in the SFCBL, batting .357 going into the day, went 0 for 2 and a walk in game 1. First pitch, fastball, fouled back for strike number 1. Oh, 1 fastball misses outside. 1-1 now the count to the first baseman. Rydell's 0-1 fastball sits high. Now 2-1. 1-1 fastball sits high. 2-1 now the count. Two-one fastball outside, misses off the corner. 3-1 to Kirkland. Three-one fastball sits high as well, so a walk. 4 straight base runners for the Delray Beach Lightning, and they have the bases loaded with 1 out, and Kevin Coyne coming to the plate. Kevin Coyne did not play in the first game out of Manhattan College, through 8 games for the Lightning thus far. .231 batting average with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs, looking to add to that total here with the bases juiced. Rydell going from the full windup. His fastball is grounded over to third. Adams threw it on to second. Blair got the out, but Blair's throw is wide back to first base. So the Lightning do get a run on the fielder's choice. And now 2 outs here in the first. Can't mark it an error on Blair, as the double play is never assumed. But the Lightning now lead 1-0 here in the first. First pitch slider in there at the bottom of the zone for strike 1 on the shortstop, Kevin Vittoria, in game 1, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, looking to continue his hot ways today, drive in another 1 run from third. Fastball in the outer half, fouled off quickly. 0-2 on the shortstop. Vittoria played second base in game 1, now playing shortstop in game 2. Oh, 0-2 curveball to Vittoria, just low. 1-2 now the count. Runners on the move from first. And Vittoria fouls it off for strike number 2. Count remains 1-2. Ball rolled all the way back off the fence to my little press box where I call the games from. I tossed it over to Zach Robinson, who came to fetch it for the Ducks. Fastball sits high. Now 2-2 that count to Vittoria. Runner on the move once more, but a fastball on the outside corner called strike number 3. The Lightning do get one and lead the game 1-0 heading to the bottom of the first. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Delray Beach Lightning, Devin Blair. 2 games pitched so far this year, 5 1/3 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, a walk, and 5 Ks. Majoring in cybersecurity at St. Leo University. The Delray Beach Lightning defense in game 2. Eddie Navoa behind the plate. Mark Kirkland moves from right to first. Casey Kleinman didn't play in game 1, now plays in game 2 at second. Kevin DeVittoria switches from second to short. Marcos Navarro is back out there at third. Kevin Coyne in left. Sam Murrison in center. And Jackson Tucker shifts from center to right in game 2. And now leading it off for the Ducks, Pablo Ruiz played his first game in a Ducks uniform in game 1. Now leading off in game 2 as he gets a fastball and fouls it off for strike number 1. Ruiz in his first game with the Ducks, 0 for 2 with the sac fly. Looking for his first hit here in game 2. Fastball ripped over the second baseman into right center. Ruiz will go for 2. Tucker throws into second. And he is safe at second base. Ruiz went in standing. Looked like he knocked over the shortstop. Vittoria would have been out if Vittoria could hold on to the ball, but when he went in standing, Ruiz knocked the ball out of Vittoria's mitt. So a leadoff double for Ruiz, his first hit in a Ducks uniform, and the Ducks quickly have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first on Christian Adams at the plate. Adams in the first game of the doubleheader played third, 0 for 1, 1 walk, and a sacrifice as well. His first pitch from Blair, fouled off for strike number 1. Long hold by Blair. Fastball in on the hands, grounded right back to Blair on the mound. He'll throw on to Kirkland at first. Kirkland will throw to third to try and get Ruiz, but Ruiz is in at third. 1-3 in your scorebooks. 1 out now in the bottom of the first. But Pablo Ruiz at third base with less than 2 outs. And now the RBI leader for the Ducks with 8 RBIs. Went 1 for 3 and an RBI, his 8th RBI in the first game, Joey Urban. Urban takes a slider high for ball number 1. Urban has been ultra productive driving in runs, looking to do some more of the same. He gets a fastball and grounds it past the pitcher. Second baseman Kleinman will come on to get it. And Urban has an infield single and another RBI, his 9th on the year, 2nd on the day total. And the Ducks tie it back at 1 quickly here in the bottom of the first. Still 1 out. So Ruiz getting the leadoff double, Adams getting the runner over, and Urban driving it in. Now up Davis Blair, the second baseman. He takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Blair in the first game, 1 for 2 with a walk. Lightning are once again in their road yellows, and the Ducks in their home orange. Blair will check in on Urban once again at first. He dives back in safely. 1-0 count to Davis Blair. Blair came into the day leading the team with a .389 average. Increased that with his 1 for 2 in game 1. Fouls off the fastball to bring the count even at 1-1. Urban on the move. Pitch is fouled off by Blair for strike 2. Urban will go back to first base. The sun is setting in left center. Might begin to be a little bit hard to see out there in left center, but stay with us, because once it gets below those trees, we are clear as day. Blair comes set at the belt. And his 1-2 fastball grounded to Kleinman at second. On to Vittoria at short. Vittoria's throw is low. Can't be scooped out by Kirkland. It'll go to the fence. Catcher Ed even Noah will go get it, but Blair will advance to second on the throwing error by Vittoria. Now up the first baseman, Cole Vida. He did not play in the first game, but of Point Park University through 6 games, though, thus far. .267 batting average, 2 RBIs, and 3 walks. He takes first pitch fastball in there for a called strike number 1. Vida looking to add to that RBI total trying to make it 3 with Davis Blair in scoring position with 2 outs. Oh, 0-1 fastball fouled off. Quickly 0-2 to the first baseman here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Oh, 0-2 fastball inside. Could not be caught by the catcher Eddie Navoa. And Davis Blair will go to third, 90 feet away now with 2 outs here in the first. It was a low and in fastball. I don't think it touched the ground, so mark it a pass ball on Navoa. 1-2 now the count on Vida. Fastball on the outside half just misses. Count runs even at 2-2 to the first baseman. Slider on the inside half runs the count full to 3-2. Blair comes set. And the 3-2 fastball blown right by Vida for strike number 3, but we are through 1, all tied at 1. Welcome back here, everybody, to the top of the second. We are tied at 1, but let's take a look around the SFCBL from earlier today. A lot of doubleheaders. Palm Beach Extreme and Boynton Beach Buccaneers played a doubleheader. The Extreme took game 1 5-4. Then the Buccaneers took game 2 7-4. West Palm Beach Knights and Florida Pokers played a doubleheader. The Knights won game 1 6-4, then lost game 2 8-6. West Boca Snappers and Phipps Park Barracudas played a doubleheader as well. The Snappers took game 1 4-3, then lost 4-3 to the Barracudas in game 2. Delray Beach Lightning lost 4-2 to the Ducks earlier today, as you know, and now we are in the bottom of the first here in game 2. Andrew Rydell back out on the mound for his second inning of work, and now batting the second baseman Casey Kleinman out of Santa Clara University through 8 games, batting 150 with 2 RBIs, 3 walks. He gets a first pitch fastball on the outer half. Blair comes in charge. Bare hands it and throws on to first. Nice barehanded play there by Blair to get Kleinman for the first out here in the top of the second. Now up the third baseman, Marcos Navarro. In game 1, also played third base, went 1 for 3 with a single. He takes ball 1 outside, curveball that is by Rydell. 1-0 now the count. Navarro leads the league coming into the day with 10 walks, so a very patient hitter at the plate. but he jumps on that fastball and lines it into left field for a 1-out single. Now up catching in the second game was the extra hitter in game one, Eddie Novoa. Went 1 for 3 in game one, now comes up with a runner on first and 1 out after the Navarro single. Rydell's first pitch fastball to Novoa in the dirt for ball 1. One 0 fastball misses for ball number 2. 2-0 quickly the count to the catcher. Two-0 fastball swung on and missed by Novoa. Way out in front on that one. Could have been a changeup on 2-0. Count now 2-1 with 1 out and Navarro on first. Navarro is on the move. Fastball is low and away, and Navarro will steal the base. 3-1 now the count on Novoa, with Navarro now at second. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. And the Lightning have 2 base runners now. 2 base runners now, with 1 out in the second. Now up the DH today out of the University of Tampa, Antonio Christopher, through 7 games, 3 for 10, an RBI, and 4 walks. Rydell's first pitch fastball to Christopher in there for a call. Outside for ball number 1. Umpire gestured towards his right, but he was calling it outside. 1-0 now the count to Christopher. Rydell goes with the curveball there, gets it in for a strike, brings the count even to 1-1 on the DH. Navarro at second and Novoa at first. Rydell now set. 1-1. Breaking ball sits high. 2-1 now the count with 1 out here in the second. Little breeze blowing from right to left here at Joe Russo Field. 2-1 fastball in the dirt. Nice block by Brad Hart to keep Navarro at second, but 3-1 now the count to Christopher. Three-one fastball grounded over to Urban at third. Shortstop, he'll go on to Adams at third to get the out. Christopher will reach on a fielder's choice, and the Ducks get out number 2 here in the second. Smart play by Urban as those hit to his backhand. Goes to third to get out number 2. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Back up to the top of the order, the center fielder Sam Merson singled last inning to lead off the game. Now comes up with 2 outs here in the second. Rydell goes with the curveball on the first pitch. That's outside for ball number 1. When a fastball popped up behind the plate, Brad Hart, the catcher, comes back and makes the catch right against the fence. Nice play by the catcher, Brad Hart, for the final out of the top of the second. Tied at 1, heading to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the second inning. Now up first, Joey Cicini out of Regis University, getting the start in right field in Game 2 after sitting in Game 1, batting .333 through 6 games with a double and 4 RBIs. Looking to get things started here in the second for the Ducks. Fastball fouled off for strike number 1 on Cicini. And the 0-1 fastball hits the outside corner for strike number 1. For strike number 2, excuse me, 0-2 the count. O2 fastball ripped over to third. Navarro picks it up and throws on to Kirkland at first. 1 out now in the bottom of the second. So Cicini right on the fastball there, but rips it right to the third baseman for the first out. Now up Levi Padilla playing in left. Came in the third inning in the first game, but he's batting .313 through the first 6 games. He went 1 for 1 in a walk in Game 2. First pitch fastball in the inner half swung on and missed for strike 1. Blair comes set. And the 0-1 fastball swung on and fouled back for strike number 2. The 0-2 to Levi Padilla, ripped into the gap in right center. That will split him. The right fielder Tucker will get it. Padilla goes to second, and he will go in there standing as Delray did the double cut, so nobody was at second base. A one-out rip double into the gap for Levi Padilla. Now up, the center fielder, Jack Q, didn't play in Game 1, playing in Game 2 through 8 games thus far this year. .313 batting average, 2 RBIs, a walk, 2 hit-by pitches, and 3 stolen bases. So getting it done all across the board is Q. Now comes up with Padilla in scoring position and 1 out. First pitch, fastball fouled off for strike number 1. Padilla covered the fastball on his double, but Blair goes right back to it for strike number 1 on Q. Oh, 0-1 fastball once more, dribbled over to Kirkland at first base. He'll field that as Padilla goes on to third, and now 2 outs here in the second. Now up the catcher, Brad Hart from Wingate. 6 games played thus far, 167 batting average, 3 walks, 3 hit-by pitches, but a .500 on-base percentage and 5 RBIs. Looking to add to that total here with Padilla at third. On 2 outs, Devin Blair steps off and will reset on the rubber. Blair comes set at the belt. His first pitch, fastball to Hart, swung on and missed for strike 1. Hart a little bit behind on the fastball there. See if he goes back to it on 0-1, or maybe tries to catch him off balance with the off speed. Blair goes back to the fastball on 0-1, but that one's inside, brings the count even to 1-1 on the catcher. One slider sits outside. 2-1 now the count to Hart, with Levi Padilla at third, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Still tied 1-1. Both runs came in the first inning for each team. Blair's 2-1 fastball fouled off Hart in the box. 2-2 now the count. Almost a true Deuce as Wild with 2 outs and a 2-strike count, but not 2 on, just Padilla on third. To fastball in the outer half this time. Hart lifts it down the right field line and out of play. Count remains 2-2. Two goes to the slider. That sits high over Hart's head, runs the count full, 3-2. With 2 out here in the bottom of the second. Levi Padilla at third base after he doubled with 1 out, and Q got him over to third. They ground out to the first baseman. Blair comes set. And the 3-2 Fastball fouled off himself once again, does Brad Hart. This one hurt a little bit more off the leg. Brad Hart has the nice Wingate colors bat, natural grain handle with a light blue barrel. 3-2 fastball on the outer half. Gets Hart swinging. Ducks leave a runner on third base. We are through 2, though, tied at 1. Welcome back, everybody, here to the top of the third in a 7-inning game. Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Palm Beach Diamond Ducks versus the Delray Beach Lightning. Leading off for the Lightning in right field in the third, Jackson Tucker. He doubled and came in to score the only Lightning run thus far in the first. Now leads it off in the third with Andrew Rydell back out on the mound for the Diamond Ducks. Rydell goes with the curveball on 0-0 to get that strike. 0-1 now the count to lead off Tucker. Catches him a little bit off guard with that first pitch curveball. He goes back to the fastball there, fouled off for strike number 2 on the right fielder. Rydell working backwards here. Got the first pitch strike on the curve, now to the fastball. See if he doubles up on the fastball or goes back to the curveball, maybe in the dirt with the 0-2 count. Goes with the curveball, doesn't get it low enough, and Jackson Tucker singles into left field. Padilla gets it in. Leadoff single for the Lightning here in the third. Went with the curveball, didn't get it to break enough out of the zone on 0-2. Jackson Tucker with his second hit, single and a double now. Now up Andrew Cole, singled back in the first, comes up with nobody out, and Jackson Tucker on first here in the third. Tucker on the move, fastball inside, throw down is too late. Tucker steals the base. That's his 8th on the year. And a 1-0 count now to Andrew Cole. So a runner in scoring position quickly for the Lightning here in the third with nobody out. The 1-0 curveball from Rydell is in there for a called strike now. 1-1 to the extra hitter. Rydell comes set. Inside move, but Tucker gets back to second in time. Close play, though. 1-1 still the count to Andrew Cole. One curveball in the outer half for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to Cole. Mark Kirkland, the first baseman, on deck. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Pickoff move once more. Tucker gets back safely. Count remains 1-2 on Andrew Cole. Rydell's 1-2 fastball lifted into center. Q goes back on it, settles under it, makes the catch. Tucker will tag from third. Q gets it in, and Tucker will get in there safely at third base with 1 out. And Mark Kirkland coming to the plate. So now the cleanup hitter up with a runner on third and 1 out. Strong throw in from Q was cut off by Urban, who then threw on to Adams, but was not in time at third base to get Tucker tagging up. Brad Hart went out for a quick conversation with Rydell before attacking Kirkland. Ducks do have a base open with 1 out. Kirkland has been on fire in the first 10 games. First pitch, fastball lifted out of play to the left side for strike number 1. Rydell going from the stretch here with a runner on third. 0-1 fastball down and in. Nice block by Brad Hart to keep Tucker at third. 1-1 the count now to the first baseman. Rydell's 1-1 changeup on the outer half swung on and missed for strike number 2. Kirkland looking to match Joey Urban with 8 RBIs. He has 7, came into the day tied for the league lead in RBIs with Joey Urban. 1-2 fastball on the outer half, fought off nicely by Kirkland to the left side for strike number 2. Count remains at 1-2. Correction, Joey Urban got an RBI in game 1 and has the 1 RBI in game 2, so he has 9. Kirkland looking to close the gap now at the top of the league, looking for his 8th RBI on the year. One-two fastball ripped into the gap. Q comes on. We'll have to field it on the bounce. It goes to the wall. Padilla fields it, and he throws into second. Kirkland will have a 1-out RBI double, and the Delray Beach Lightning take a 2-1 lead. Q tried to cut that one off. He couldn't make the play. Padilla backed up nicely to hold Kirkland to a double, and the Delray Beach Lightning lead 2-1 here in the third, still with only 1 out. Now up the left fielder, Kevin Coyne. RBI fielder's choice in his first at-bat, comes up with another runner in scoring position and 1 out here in the third. First pitch fastball fouled off for strike number 1. 0-1 changeup on the outer half, swung on and missed for strike 2. Got Coyne out in front on the changeup there to get ahead quickly. 0-2. See if Rydell goes to the curveball or back to the fastball, maybe elevating it ahead on Coyne. Goes with the fastball in, that misses. Brings the count to 1-2 on the left fielder with Kirkland at second. One-two fastball right by Coyne for strike 3. Second out here in the top of the third, with still Mark Kirkland at second base. Rydell's second strikeout on the day. Now up the shortstop in game 2, Kevin Vittoria. He was the other strikeout victim back in the first. Was caught looking to end the top of the first. Looking to drive in Kirkland from second with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Rydell comes set. First pitch curveball on the outer half to Vittoria, called strike number 1. Rydell will check in on Kirkland at second. Won't make a throw though, just making sure he stays close to the base. And we'll reset with a 0-1 count on Vittoria. 0-1 fastball popped up on the infield, drifting back into the outfield is the shortstop, Joey Urban, and he makes the catch to end the top of the third, but the Lightning get one and lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back here to Joe Russo Field. In the bottom of the third, the Lightning took the lead in the top of the third, now 2-1. Now up 10-1-2 in the Ducks' order. Dalton Frank, the designated hitter, coming to the plate. 0 for 3 in game 1, looking for his first hit on the day is Frank. Devin Blair back out on the mound. First pitch slider just misses off the outside half for ball number 1. Clouds moving in left field will shade the sun for a little bit, so that is good for the players on the field. Fastball from Blair, fastball Frank grounded over to Navarro at third. He'll throw on to Kirkland at first and get the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the third. Now back to the top of the order, the extra hitter Pablo Ruiz led off the game with an opposite field double, scored the Ducks run in the first, looking to get things started for the Ducks with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. First pitch fastball fouled off to the left side for strike number 1. Ruiz playing in both games of the doubleheader in his first day with the Diamond Ducks. 0-1 fastball over his head for ball number 1. One fastball right by the swing of Ruiz. 1-2 now the count to the extra hitter here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Blair comes set. 1-2 fastball on the outer half right by Ruiz, blown away for strike number 3. Now with 2 outs comes up the third baseman, Christian Adams. He grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat in the first. Comes up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch fastball sits high for ball number 1. One 0 fastball fouled back for strike number 1 on Adams. 1-1 the count on the third baseman. One fastball in the outer half, covered and fouled off by Adams. 1-2 the count to him. One, two, maybe a slider that didn't break, or a fastball in the outer half, misses. 2-2 now the count with 2 outs. Blair's 2-2 fastball sits high. Full count now to Adams here with 2 outs in the third. Three-two slider misses on the inside half. Ball 4, a 2-out walk, and Joey Urban coming to the plate, who singled in the first. So Adams on first now for Joey Urban. RBI single in the first, his 9th on the year, 2nd of the day. He got 1 in game 1. Looking for a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third for the Diamond Ducks. But first, Blair will check in on Adams at first base. He is safe. Hard tag by Kirkland on the back of Adams. Blair will check in once more. Safe, dives back Adams. Still 0-0 count to Joey Urban. Blair will check in on Adams once more, and this is where home Duck fans should start booing, but this is just a collegiate summer league, so no boos with 3 straight pickoff attempts. And finally, a pitch. Adams is on the move. Fastball inside for ball 1. Adams steals the base anyway. So Adams did not care. 3 straight pickoff attempts by the pitcher, Blair. He goes on the first pitch, which was ball 1 inside. Now Urban has another runner in scoring position awaiting a possible RBI from him as he leads the team and leads the league with 9. Blair comes set. First pitch, 1-0 pitch to Urban, popped into foul territory. Kirkland ranges over and makes the catch to end the third. Lightning lead 2-1 as we go to the top of the fourth here at Joe Russo Field. Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the fourth. Delray Beach Lightning lead 2-1 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Before we get started with the fourth inning, let's take a trip around the SFCBL. The only other game in action right now, the Pompano Beach Clippers and the Boca Raton Blazers are tied at 0 in the bottom of the third at Little Fenway. Andrew Rydell back out on the mound for his fourth inning of work here in Game 2. Now up the second baseman, Casey Kleiman, who grounded out to the second baseman, Davis Blair, in the second. Blair came on, charged the ball, made a nice barehanded snag and throw to get Kleiman in the second. Now leads off the fourth here at the pond. First pitch fastball from Rydell sits inside for ball number 1. Casey has a identical twin brother, Cato Kleiman. Both go to Santa Clara University and both on the Delray Beach Lightning this summer. Kleiman gets a fastball, rounds it back to Rydell at the mound, pops out of Rydell's mitt. He'll make a throw to first, but it's not in time for an infield single to lead off the fourth for Casey Kleiman. Now up Marcos Navarro, the third baseman. Up Casey Kleiman on first and nobody out. Kleiman, Navarro takes ball 1 with 1 out. Excuse me, strike 1, 0-1 the count on Navarro. Navarro takes the fastball, lifts it into center. Can of corn, though, for Jack Q as he puts it away for out number 1. So 1 out now for the catcher, Eddie Navoa. He walked in the second. Now coming up with Casey Kleiman on first and 1 out here in the fourth. First pitch fastball low on Navoa, 1-0 the count. One-0 curveball outside, 2-0 Now the count to Novoa with Kleiman on first and 1 out. Kleiman on the move. The 2-0 fastball fouled off, though. 2-1 the count. Kleiman will go back to first base. Rydell will check on the runner at first. It gets away as it's in the dirt from Vida. Kleiman will take second. Blair will go fetch it on the E1. So now Novoa up 2-1 the count to him with 1 out. And now a runner in scoring position with Casey Kleiman at second base. Two-one curve sits high. Now 3-1 the count to Eddie Novoa. DH Antonio Christopher sits on deck. Sun peeking back through the clouds there in left center. About 10 minutes it'll be below the trees. Fastball in the dirt for ball 4. So a 1-out walk. And the Delray Beach Lightning have runners on first and second for the designated hitter Antonio Christopher. Rydell comes set. And the first pitch curve sits low for ball number 1. No action in the Diamond Ducks bullpen. This inning is all Rydell with 1 out here in the 4th. Kleiman on the move. Fastball grounded off to the left side. Kleiman probably had the base stolen as he got a shuffling lead on Rydell. 1-1 now the count on Christopher. Rydell will check back in on Kleiman. He gets back in safely at second. Ducks will have a arm walk down to the bullpen and start to get warm. We'll get you his number and name as soon as possible. 1-1 fastball on the outside corner for strike number 2. Rydell comes set at the belt. We'll check in on Kleiman at second and reset before throwing his 1-2. Kleiman on the move, curveball inside, throw to third, not in time. Kleiman steals the base, and Novoa goes behind him as well. So runners on second and third now with 1 out. 2-2 the count Christopher with runners on second and third and only one out. Rydell comes set. His 2-2 fastball grounded over to Blair at second. He'll get the out at first. Another run will come in to score, though, for the Lightning as they take a 3-1 lead here in the fourth inning. So back to the top of the order for the Lightning. They're up now 3-1 in the fourth with a runner on third, that being Eddie Navoa moving up on the ground out. And Sam Morrison coming to the plate, 1 for 2 with a single back in the first. First pitch fastball lifted into right. Cicini measures it, comes in, and makes the catch for the final out of the fourth. The Lightning get one and extend their lead to 3-1 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back for the bottom of the fourth here. Davis Blair, the second baseman, now up to lead off the bottom of the fourth. The Lightning lead 3-1. Blair reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Now leads things off for the Ducks in the fourth. First pitch fastball fouled off to the left side for strike number 1. Devin Blair back out for his fourth inning of work. He comes set. And the 0-1 fastball ripped over to the shortstop, Vittoria. He fields it and throws on to Kirkland at first for the first out in the bottom of the fourth. Now the first baseman, Cole Vida, he struck out to end the first inning. This one of 3 strikeouts for Blair on the day, now up with 1 out in the fourth. First pitch, change up in there for swinging strike number 1. Fastball grounded over to Kirkland at first. He'll take it himself for the 3 unassisted, and 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the fourth. So now up Joey Cecchini here with 2 outs. He grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat to lead off the second. He takes the curveball outside for ball number 1 here in the fourth. Blair already set once more. His 1-0 fastball is outside for ball number 2. Two-0 fastball sits high. Now 3-0 the count to Cecchini with Levi Padilla on deck. Three-0 fastball in there for called strike number 1. 3-1 the count here with 2 outs and nobody on for Joey Cecchini. 3-1 fastball. Cecchini's out in front on that, so he lines it off the left side for strike number 2. Count full now with 2 outs. Fastball is high for ball 4, so a 2-out walk from Cecchini brings up Levi Padilla, who he doubled to the right center gap in the second, and now comes up in the fourth with 2 outs. Cecchini leads off first. Padilla at the plate. And the first pitch fastball to Padilla is high for ball number 1. Blair comes set at the belt. His 1-0 fastball in there at the top of the zone for strike number 1, bringing the count even to 1-1 on the left fielder. Blair will check in on Cecchini at first. He dives back in safely. Will reset with a 1-1 count on Levi Padilla. 1-1 to Padilla. Fastball fouled off to the left side for strike number 2. One-two fastball. Cecchini on the move. Fastball's inside. Throw there a little bit short. Otherwise, it would have been in time. Oh, it was called a strike number 3 on the inside half. So strike 3 looking for Padilla, and that will end the fourth as the Delray Beach Lightning lead 3-1. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the fifth. Let's take a trip around the majors before we get back to our action for maybe the games that you're missing while you're watching some Diamond Ducks baseball. The Mets are up 1-0 going into the bottom of the third. Phillies now up 7-0 on the Nationals in the top of the third. Rays and Yankees scoreless in the top of the fourth. And from earlier today, the Orioles defeated the Blue Jays 10-2 as well. And the basketball game tonight starting at 9, Game 6 of the Celtics-Warriors NBA Finals. Warriors lead 3-2. Now here back to some Joe Russo Field action. Andrew Rydell back out on the mound for his fifth inning of work, facing 2-3-4 in the Lightning order with Jackson Tucker up. Tucker takes a fastball outside for ball number 1. Tucker 2 for 2 today with a single and a double and 2 runs scored. One-0 curveball sits high. 2-0 now the count. Two-0 fastball way out in front as Tucker swing and a miss. 2-1 now. The count to the right fielder. There seems to be a dog that's looking up the tree for a squirrel behind us. That's what you're hearing. He's barking. He or she is barking at a squirrel on the tree, I believe, as Rydell gets a fastball in at the knees for strike number 2. Dog's been barking nonstop for the last 15 minutes. Was a little bit farther away from us before, now has moved closer. So if you hear some barking in the background, it's just a dog looking for a squirrel. 3-1 fastball up, fouled off, runs the count full. Excuse me, 2-2 fastball fouled off. Count remains at 2-2. 2-2 fastball ripped down the line, over the base and into the corner. Levi Padilla chases it to the line. He'll field it and throw on to second, and Tucker has his second double of the game to lead off the top of the fifth. Hard ground ball right over the base. Extra bases for Tucker to lead off the fifth. Now Andrew Cole, who singled in the first, sacrifice fly in the third, so he's 1 for 1 on the day. Up with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the fifth. The Ducks have a pitcher up in the bullpen. Can't tell who it is, but somebody is warming. First pitch, curveball swung on and missed by Andrew Cole. Sun has set behind the trees just past 8 o'clock here at Joe Russo Field. 0-1 curveball misses outside for ball number 1. Man, does that dog really want that squirrel? 1-1 fastball ripped back up the middle. Joey Urban stops, dives, and makes the stop. That'll keep Tucker at third, but an infield single for Andrew Cole, and two people on, 2 base runners for the Lightning, and still nobody out. Urban, nice job diving and stopping that before it could get into the outfield. That brings up the first baseman, Mark Kirkland, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk in the first and a double in the third. Looking for an RBI here in the fifth. First pitch fastball elevated swung on and fouled off for strike number 1. Ducks play their infield back to try to turn 2. Runner on the move to second. He's safe at second. Hart throws to Adams at third. It bounces off his mitt. The run will come into score. Tucker comes into score. And the Delray Beach Lightning now lead 4-1. Marking an error on the third baseman because it was basically in his mitt and went by him. Stolen base for Cole, and he's on second with nobody out as the Lightning now lead 4-1. Fastball lifted just over the first baseman's head into right field. Cole will be waved home. No throw will be made. And Kirkland has an RBI dunk single. And the Delray Beach Lightning take a 5-1 lead here in the 5th. Tino Gaudino will be walking out to the mound. It looks like there will be a pitching change here. So we will be right back after this as the Delray Beach Lightning, 2 already in the inning, now lead 5-1. Welcome back to the top of the 5th as the Delray Beach Lightning have gotten 2 already in the inning. Still nobody out. Now on to pitch Zach Robinson out of Central Connecticut State. First outing for him was back on June 11th against the Pompano Beach Clippers. 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and a K. Looking for a bounce-back outing here. Comes in with the inherited runner at first base. That's Mark Kirkland. And Kevin Coyne, the left fielder, coming to the plate. He has an RBI, but he's 0 for 2 on the day for the Lightning. Robinson's first pitch fouled off by Coyne for strike number 1. Robinson's 0-1 changeup on the outer half, swung on and missed by Coyne. Quickly 0-2 to the left fielder with Mark Kirkland on first and nobody out. Oh, 2 swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt 4 strike 3 and out number 1 here in the 5th. Now coming up to the plate, Kevin Vittoria. Vittoria struck out in the 1st, popped out to the the shortstop in the 3rd. Now comes up with Kirkland on 1st and 1 out in the 5th. First pitch to Vittoria, line through the first base, second base hole. Cicini comes on and fields it, and right will hold Kirkland at second. Runners go station to station. Vittoria has a 1-out single. Kirkland now on second. Now up Casey Kleinman, singled in the 4th, came around to score the 3rd Lightning run. Stole third base as well in the 3rd. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch, slider to Kleinman, outside for ball number 1. One-zero bunt down the third base line, and that will get foul. Just foul for Casey Kleinman. Would have had an easy bunt single if it stayed fair. Now 1-1 the count. Robinson steps off. Now we'll reset 1-1 count on Casey Kleinman. 1-1 slider backs up inside for ball number 2. Robinson comes set. And his 2-1 fastball dribbled down the left side, foul for strike number 2 on Kleinman. Robinson comes set at the belt. And his 2-2 fastball driven to the shortstop. He tosses to Blair at second and on to first. The 6-4-3 double play gets the Diamond Ducks through the 5th inning, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Delray Beach Lightning up 5-1. Welcome back for the top of the fifth here at Joe Russo Field. Leading off the center fielder, Jack Q, grounded out to the first baseman who took it himself in the second. Leads off the fifth here in Palm Beach Gardens. The Diamond Ducks only have 3 hits through 4 innings, looking to cut into the Lightning lead. Devin Blair back out on the mound. His first pitch to Q in there for a called strike number 1. Oh, 1 fastball sits high. 1-1 now the count to the center fielder. Q steps back in. Blair comes set of the belt. 1-1 fastball just inside. 2-1 now the count to Q. Two-one fastball once more fouled off by Q in the box. 2-2 now the count to lead off the bottom of the fifth. Two-two slider sits high, runs the count full here to Jack Q to lead off the bottom of the fifth. And Blair's payoff pitch, fastball high, leadoff walk for Jack Q. Q has 3 stolen bases on the year, so watch out for him on the base paths, as he likes to run. But now up, Brad Hart, the catcher, who struck out in the second, now up with nobody out, and Jack Q at first base here in the fifth. Hart takes a fastball high for ball number 1. Q leads off first. 1-0 fastball to Hart, low and away. 2-0 quickly to count to the catcher. Blair will check in on Q at first. He's safe, diving back. 2-0 the count. 2-0 fastball grooved right in there for called strike number 1. Q dives back into first safely. 2-1 still the count to Hart. Q on the move. Hart lines one, and that will diving catch by Kevin Coyne. Laid out full extension in the air, Superman catch from Kevin Coyne in left to rob Brad Hart of a hit. Q goes back to first, and now 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. What a catch. Now up the 10-hitter Dalton Frank, the designated hitter today Grounded out to third base in the third. Up here, takes a called strike on the outside corner for strike number 1. Q was on the move and would have probably went first to third if that ball dropped in. But an absolute highlight reel catch from Kevin Coyne. Q on the move once more. 1-0 fouled off to the right side for strike number 2. It has cooled down significantly here since the sun has set in Palm Beach Gardens. Breeze going from right to left towards left field here at the pond. 0-2 fastball misses outside. 1-2 now the count to Dalton Frank. One-two curveball backs up over the head of Frank. Now 2-2 the count. Q on the move once more. Ball's inside. Nope. Called strike 3 on the inside half. 2 outs now in the 5th. Q steals second for his 4th stolen base on the year. Curveball backed up on the inside corner, but nicked that box for strike number 3. Now up the leadoff hitter, Pablo Ruiz, doubled in the first, struck out in the 3rd, now has Q in scoring position with 2 outs in the 5th. Inside move by Blair had Q shifting towards 3rd, but nobody covering the base, so he looks Q back to 2nd. Blair comes set. His first pitch to Ruiz, fastball low for ball 1. One-0 fastball from Blair, popped up on the infield. Kirkland calls it emphatically, and he makes the catch, and that will end the 5th inning. Delray Beach Lightning lead 5-1 after 5. Zach Robinson back out for his first full inning of work here in the 6th. And Marco Navarro leads it off here in the 6th. Single in the 2nd, fly out to center in the 4th. As the Delray Beach Lightning lead game 2 5-1. The Diamond Ducks took game 1 of the doubleheader 4-2 earlier today. Robinson into the full windup. First pitch slider in there for called strike number 1. 0-1 fastball beats Navarro on the outer half. Quickly 0-2 the count to the third baseman. Robinson steps off, resets with the catcher Brad Hart. They will have a quick conversation before an 0-2 pitch to Marco Navarro. Slider just misses the outside corner. 1-2 now the count to Navarro. Nice pitch by Robinson. Quick breaker towards the outside half. Nice take also by Navarro. Fastball fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Fastball grounded to Urban at short. Throws on to Vida at first. Came off the bag, then came back down on the bag for the first out here in the sixth. Now up the catcher today, Eddie Novoa. Walk twice, once in the second, once in the fourth. Now up against Robinson here in the sixth. Fastball grounded slowly. Adams cuts it off at third. He can't pick it up, and it will be an E5 for Novoa. Adams, nice job cutting it off, going towards his left, but could not corral it. So Novoa reaches base now. Antonio Christopher up with 1 out and Novoa on first. Robinson's first pitch slider on the inside half for a called strike number 1. Oh, 1 fastball just misses low. Brings the count back even to 1-1 on the designated hitter. One fastball is also low. Nice block by Brad Hart behind the plate, keeping Novoa at first. Very short lead by Novoa at first. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Robinson comes set at the belt. 2-1 fastball sits low as well. 3-1 now they count to Christopher. Fastball just misses on the outside half. That's a 1-out walk, and the Lightning have runners on first and second with 1 out here in the sixth. Now back to the top of the order. Sam Murrison coming to the plate, 1 for 3 in game 2. Singled back in the first to lead things off. Takes ball 1 inside. 1-0 now the count. 1-0 slider just misses on the outside half. 2-0. They count to the leadoff hitter and center fielder. Fastball grounded over to Blair at second. He'll throw on to Urban at short and throw back to first. 4-6-3 double play. The third one of the day for the Ducks. That gets them through the top of the sixth. 5-1 Lightning lead as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back to the bottom of the sixth, everyone. Christian Adams leading it off for the Ducks. New pitcher on the mound for the Lightning, John Falacaro out of Adelphi University. 2 games pitched thus far, 2 innings, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Pitch up and in for ball number 1 to start off Adams here in the sixth. Pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now on the third baseman. Curveball just misses on the outer half. 2-1 the count. High fastball swung on and missed for strike number 2. Fastball up and in, ducking out of the way is Christian Adams. Full count, runs full, 3-2 to lead off the bottom of the sixth. Book is closed on Devin Blair. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Falacaro comes in and gets a strikeout to lead off the sixth. And now up the shortstop, Joey Urban. Urban with an RBI single back in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the third. First pitch lifted into left. Coyne measures it and catches it for the second out of the sixth. Now up the second baseman, Davis Blair, 0 for 2 on the day, reached base on a fielder's choice in the first. Now up with 2 outs in the sixth. Curveball in there for a called strike number 1. Oh, 1 curveball in the dirt. Count runs even at 1-1 to Blair. Number 11, Joshua Reichman, doing some stretching out there in the Ducks bullpen. Fastball on 1-1, lifted foul. Count runs to 1-2. One-two curveball lifted off to the left side into foul territory. Goes the left fielder Coyne, and it will go out of play. Count remains 1-2. Falacaro comes set on the mound. His 1-2 fastball sits high, 2-2. Now the count to the second baseman. Two high fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Falacaro, and we are through 6 as the Delray Beach Lightning lead 5-1. Welcome back to the top of the 7th. Lightning lead 5-1. Zach Robinson back out on the mound for the Diamond Ducks, and leading off Jackson Tucker, the right fielder. 3 for 3 on the day, 2 doubles, a single, and 3 runs scored. So he's outscored the Diamond Ducks by himself. First pitch curveball, bunted foul for strike number 1. And Robinson's 0-1 fastball grounded up the middle. Urban will range over into the hole and field it and get the first out of the inning in the 7th. Nice range shown there by Urban as he went almost all the way up the middle to get that one and throw out Tucker at first for the first out. Now up Andrew Cole, 2 for 3. Actually 2 for 2. He's got a sac fly in the 3rd and 2 singles here in game 2. First pitch off speed, swung on and missed for strike number 1. Fastball inside, hits him on the hand. He'll go to first base with the hit by pitch with 1 out, and now Mark Kirkland coming to the plate. So Kirkland steps in here with a runner on first and 1 out in the top of the 7th. Robinson's first pitch fouled off for strike number 1. Runners on the move. Kirkland fouls off the fastball low. 0-2 quickly the count. Could be the hit and run was in play there as Kirkland chased the fastball a little bit low there. 0-2 the count with 1 out. Runner on the move once more. Kirkland fouls a fastball outside off. Count remains 0-2. Robinson comes set at the belt. 0-2 once more. Fastball outside for ball number 1. Runner on the move once more. Kirkland fouls a fastball off on the inside part of the plate. Count remains 1-2. So 3 times Andrew Cole has taken off from first base. Had to jog back because of a foul ball from Mark Kirkland. Robinson has yet to throw over at first base as well. And he will throw over to first base this time as Cole dives back in safely. One, two, Cole on the move once more. Kirkland swings and misses. Cole slides in safely for a stolen base. And a strikeout for Mark Kirkland for the 2nd out in the 7th. 4th time's the charm for Cole, gets the stolen base. His 2nd on the day brings up Kevin Coyne, who made an amazing catch in left field earlier today. Comes up with Cole in scoring position and 2 outs. First pitch fastball is away for ball number 1. Coyne 0 for 3 on the day with an RBI, though, in the first inning. Over struck out in the third and the fifth. Now up in the seventh. One 0 fastball waved at and missed for strike number one. One fastball fouled off into the Diamond Ducks dugout. Count moves to 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the seventh. Reset here. Kevin Coyne at the plate, 1-2 count on him. Andrew Cole at second, 2 outs here. Delray Beach Lightning lead 5-1 in the top of the seventh. 1-2 fastball in the outer half, swung on and missed. 2 straight strikeouts for Robinson to end the seventh. And we head to the bottom half of the seventh where the Ducks get last licks against the Delray Beach Lightning as they look to split the 2-game set with the Diamond Ducks. Welcome back here to the bottom of the seventh as the Diamond Ducks get one last chance against the Delray Beach Lightning today. Leading off, the first baseman Cole Vida 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. John Falacaro back out for his second inning of work for the Lightning. He misses high, 1-0 now the count to Vida. Diamond Ducks have won 5 in a row, looking to win 6 in a row here as Vida swings and misses at a slider for strike one. Diamond Ducks are 4-0 coming into this game this week as the fastball misses high. 2-1 now the count. They have the day off tomorrow before taking on the Boynton Beach Buccaneers back at Joe Russo Field at 10 a.m. on Saturday. 2-1 curveball drops in there for a call at strike number 2, brings the count back even at 2-2 on Cole Vida. Lefty-lefty matchup here to start the bottom of the seventh. 2-2 curveball inside for ball 3. Count runs full at 3-2. Catcher Eddie Navoa thought that was a strike, threw it down to third base to throw it around, but it's called a ball. Full count now to Vida. 3-2 in the dirt for a leadoff walk, and the Ducks need base runners here, and that's what they get to start the inning with a walk from Vida, bringing up the right fielder Joey Cecchini, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk back in the fourth. So just missing the strikeout there against Vida. He walks him. Now Cicini up with nobody out in the 7th. Cicini swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike number 1. Oh, 1 fastball lifted into center. Murison goes back. He'll settle under it and make the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Now coming up, the left fielder Levi Padilla struck out looking in the 4th in his last at-bat. Ripped a double to the right center gap that went all the way to the wall in the 2nd. We're stranded at 3rd, though, in the 2nd. The Ducks haven't scored a run since the 1st inning, looking to do so here in the 7th as they're down 4 in a 7-inning game. Curveball sits high for ball number 1. Another lefty-lefty matchup for John Falacaro with the left-handed Levi Padilla. 1-0 fastball sits high. 2-0 quickly the count to the left fielder. 1 out and Cole Vida at first base. Ducks came back yesterday against the Phipps Park Barracudas to win 10-9. We'll have to come back here today as Levi Padilla takes a fastball in there for called strike number 1. Came back against the Lightning in game 1 too. They were down 2-1, ended up winning 4-2. So the Ducks are never out of it until the final out. They will need to do so here in the final inning of a 7-inning game. 2-1 sits high. 3-1 now the count to Padilla. Falacaro comes set. 3-1 fastball at the top of the zone. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Wings the count full at 3-2. Levi Padilla tried to check his swing, could not hold. So full count to Padilla. Vida at first. 3-2 fastball on the inner half. Fouled off. Count remains full at 3-2. And the 3-2 once more will sit high. 2 walks in the inning and the first 3 batters, and the Ducks have a base runner on first, then a base runner on second here with 1 out, and that will get a mound visit from the manager. Excuse me, a mound visit from the pitching coach, actually. Pitching coach Todd Moser, former FAU pitcher, played in the minors and indie ball for 9 years. That walks Padilla, brings up the center fielder, Jack Q, who also walked in his last at-bat in the 5th. Stole a base as well in the 5th. Comes up with runners on first and second. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Ducks still need base runners as the tying run is still on deck in a 5-1 game here in the 7th. Falacaro comes set. His first pitch to Q high for ball 1. .1-0 fastball misses just high as well. 2-0 quickly the count to the center fielder. Falacaro misses with the slider on the inside half. 3-0 the count to Q with runners on first and second. 3-0 sits high as well. 2 straight walks, 3 walks in the first 4 batters here in the 7th. And the Ducks have the bases loaded with a tying run coming up to the plate, and Brad Hart, the catcher. Tying run coming to the plate, and Brad Hart, bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, as John Falacaro tries to close it out for the Lightning. Hart takes a first pitch fastball high for ball 1. 5 straight balls from Falacaro. On deck, the DH Dalton Frank. So far today, Hart lined one out to the left fielder, Coyne, who came on to make an amazing catch. Falacaro grooves one in there for a called strike. 1-1 now the count. Hart was robbed of a hit. As I said, Coyne diving Superman catch in left field earlier. Fastball from Falacaro sits high. 2-1 now the count. Falacaro in his second inning of work went 1-2-3 with the Ducks in the 6th with 2 strikeouts. Struggling to find the zone here with 3 walks already in the 7th. Fastball sits high once more. 3-1 the count on Hart. One fastball in there on the outside half, runs the count full. 3-2 with 1 out and the bases loaded. Tying run, Brad Hart at the dish. Three-two fastballs high. 3rd straight walk, 4th of the inning. Ducks score 1 and still have the bases loaded as the tying run is now on first, and go-ahead run coming to the plate with 1 out here in the 7th. And we will have a pitching change and be right back after this. Welcome back here, everybody, to the top of the 7th. Antonio Christopher now on the mound out of the University of Tampa. He was the DH today, now into pitch out of Carroll Stream, Illinois. 5'11", 170 getting on the mound. Tying run now at first base after 4 walks in the first 5 batters here in the 7th. 3 straight walks. Now Dalton Frank coming to the plate as the go-ahead run. Ducks still down 5-2. In the last inning of a 7-inning Game 2 of the doubleheader, Ducks have not scored since the first inning. They just scored on a RBI walk by Brad Hart. Hart representing the tying run at first. Now coming up, Dalton Frank, 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to the third baseman and struck out in the fifth. As tension starts to build here in the seventh. And the Ducks are only down 3. Christopher's first outing on the year in the SFCBL comes in a tough situation. Lightning will play their infield back to try to turn 2 on a ground ball. Top of the order on deck for the Ducks and Pablo Ruiz. Christopher from the full windup, first pitch high for ball number 1. Ducks have got to be taking a strike here, you would think, with 3 straight walks. New pitcher on the mound. Nope, swung on and missed at a changeup, 1-1 to Frank. Full windup from Christopher. 1-1 lifted into left. Back goes the left fielder Coyne. He makes the catch for out number 2. Tagging is Padilla from third. So 2 outs now, 5-3 ball game. As Q tags and goes to third, and Hart remains at first. Deep fly ball on that one. Gave it a ride. 5-3 ball game now. Tying run at first. Still now 2 outs in the 7th. That one was close as Kevin Coyne chased that back to the wall almost to make the catch. Christopher now going from the stretch. His first pitch to Ruiz, grounded to the hole. That'll get through for a single. 5-4 ball game now as, throw is high, but nice catch by Kirkland. They were trying to throw it into second, but overthrew him by a mile. Kirkland makes the catch to keep everyone at first and second. RBI single by Ruiz, his first RBI as a Duck. 5-4 now is the score with the tying run at second and 2 outs. Christian Adams at the plate. Ruiz represents the go-ahead run at first. Sit up in your seats, ladies and gentlemen. We are not done just yet. Christian Adams coming to the plate. Walked in the third, struck out in the 6th. 0 for 2 on the day. Christopher's first pitch to him outside for ball number 1. Ducks have gotten 3 in the inning, still down 5-4, tying run at second base. Go-ahead run and Ruiz at first. Adams at the plate. 1-0 fastball. Out ahead of it for strike 1. Ducks trying to come back once again. They've come back in the last 2 games to win on a 5-game winning streak. Looking to pull one out here with 2 outs in the 7th, down to their last out. 1-1 fastball launched into right. Back goes Tucker in right. Center fielder ranges over and makes the catch on the warning track, Murrison, and that's the ball game. Adams gave it a ride back to the wall, but Murrison was able to make the catch, and the Lightning win 5-4 in Game 2 and secure the split of the doubleheader. The Lightning move to 7-5 on the season. Ducks move to 8-2 and come up short in this one. Ducks are back in action on Saturday against the Boynton Beach Bucks at 10 a.m. Come back to the same YouTube channel you are watching on right now for that one. Good night, everybody. I'm Jordan Leonard, and enjoy your Friday.